I called Workforce Services yesterday to find out how they would physically handle this, because these folks have now moved overseas or out of the state, and they informed me that the federal law prevents them from tracking or giving assistance to anybody who moves outside the country. So this even whittles the group down to a smaller group. So I said, well, if somebody moves to Florida, how do you track them? And they said, oh, we got this new spiffy software that'll help us do that. But if somebody walks into my place of employment, they bring a little sheet with them, and they have me sign it saying that they've been out looking for jobs, and I, in fact, sign that, and then they take it back and turn it in. I said, how are you going to handle that? And they said, well, under this new scenario, we'd have to have them not just sign it, we'd have to have know who you talk to and their telephone number and their location and their address. And then I said, so do you email them, or are you going to have to physically call them? They said, oh, we'll probably call every one of them. And I said, so do you audit this? How do you prevent fraud? And they says, well, yeah, basically we'll end up calling about 30% of these. She says that's about the number 35% of these. So it will cause some increased effort on DWS's part. But whether that's enough or not, I don't know. I guess that's up to you.
Senator Jenkins.
Just a point here to be made. As I view this bill, I think that this will have very little effect on our local guardsmen or reservists, because very few are deployed inside the United States. And if they've been deployed to an active duty area, normally their wives would not follow them to that area, like if they were going to Afghanistan or Iraq or Iran, someplace like that. So this will generally affect local people who have moved here or are in here on active duty in the in Utah, such as Hill Air Force Base, and then their duty assignment is changed to somewhere else in the United States, and they will, in fact, their spouses will follow them.
Senator Maine for summation.
Thank you very much. Senators, when our good soldiers join the military, they do not have allegiance to each state. They have an allegiance to the United States of America. They collectively go together to preserve our democracy, to protect us, and I think this bill respects that. We are only one of 10, and there's legislation in all 10 to change this. I think that we need to come together, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. It's for a handful of months, and it's to keep families together, and I think that we owe that to them, this little pittance of, and like the good senator has spoken to, they're on food stamps. They don't make a lot of money. I think this is the thing to do, and I'd ask for your support.